the Hoops High tournament. I'm the color commentator, Jada Thorpe.
And I'm Kyle Williams, the play-by-play.
And we have here the Redbirds versus the
Bulls.
And we're looking forward to a great matchup here today.
This is for first place in the division.
We got some good ball movement by the Redbirds to get a shot off, but it's no good.
Rebounded by Devon Horn.
Who do you think is going to do well today, Kyle?
Individually or the team?
Both.
Well, individually, I think Mari on the Bulls, he should have a big game of scorer. Devon Horn should have a big game too. He likes to be active on defense, get a lot of steals.
Definitely.
And on the Redbirds, well, it's interesting because Demetrius Douglas isn't starting for the Redbirds. But I think Javonte Brackens, he should have a big game. He's been big in this tournament. And Jalen Thorpe as a shooter should be big too.
I noticed that Demetrius Douglas didn't start. That was intriguing. But the Bulls start off the game winning by 2 with the two free throws made there by Mari.
And the Redbirds easily break it. Jalen Thorpe can't get the layups to go down.
And it rolls off of Jalen Thorpe's foot, so it'll go to the Bulls. The ref's trying to figure out which way it's going, and I believe it will. Oh, it's going to stay with the Redbirds.
He's going to stay with the Redbirds as they quickly inbound it to number 2. And Marquise with that mystery.
And if you just can't seem to get enough of Hoops High, friend us on Facebook. Get to know the crew and what goes on into every Hoops High production. So stay connected with us on Facebook.
As Jalen Thorpe controlling the ball for the Redbirds.
It looks like the Bulls are doing some type of press here. And it's definitely, they're definitely pressuring the Redbirds here.
That's a big foul right there, hard foul on Marquise.
We have here on the sideline Marquise Earson's taking the ball out, trying to inbound it.
He does to Daquan.
So Daquan Tucker's taking up the ball. What do you think the Redbirds need to do to get on the scoreboard here?
Well, one thing they're good at in this tournament is creating turnovers and scoring off of those turnovers. So I think if they start creating some turnovers, which could happen on a Bulls team that isn't very keen on taking care of the ball, so that should be one way they could get on the scoreboard. What about you?
I agree with you 100%. If they create some turnovers for the Bulls and capitalize off of the turnovers, then they might be able to get some fast break buckets. And hopefully the fact that Demetrius Douglas isn't in the game doesn't affect the way they're playing, because they haven't scored yet. But hopefully they'll get on the scoreboard soon to have a good matchup going here.
As a near turnover saved and not converted, rebounded by Javonte.
So they're pushing the ball up here.
Daquan, nice Euro step, can't quite get the layup to go.
They also got to finish at the rim.
Yes, they do.
They're getting the looks.
Bad pass right there by Mari.
And they're making them turn the ball over as well.
Now Javonte taking it up to Jalen Thorpe, who attacks. And Javonte almost got them on the board.
And if you guys want to see more Hoops High, just go to www.freespiritmedia.org and click the Hoops High tab to see games from the past and other media projects the Hoops High crew has done. I believe that was a jump ball called there, and the score is still 2-0. The Bulls with the lead.
I think that was the right call. Looks like Marquise had all ball.
So did he call a foul? Oh, I believe it was a foul call. And the refs are just trying to get things going here, trying not to have too much confusion going on. So they called a foul, and now Amari is at the line for 2.
Amari, who's an all-star, played in the all-star game this past Saturday. Shot the ball a lot in that game. You know, he's a scorer. That's what scorers do.
score how you can, get the ball in the rim. Even though he just missed the last free throw. He's going up for the second one, and that one falls for him. And I'm actually impressed with the Bulls' defense right now.
Yeah, because the Redbirds, they've been a team that could really score in this tournament, and they've held them scoreless up until that three-point basket by Jalen Thorpe.
They're finally on the scoreboard, so the score is 3-3 now.
As that could have been a steal, but Javante elected to play it safe. And now they've got the Bulls speeding up their play.
And it's called for out of bounds. The crowd looked at it from this angle. They didn't think so. And the ref changes his call as he realized the ball didn't actually go out of bounds.
He listened to the crowd there for their input.
Absolutely, he did. I think it might be somebody in the crowd he's good friends with told him, nah, you might have been wrong on that last call. And that led to the bucket for the Bulls player.
And now the other way, the Redbirds, Daquan Tucker lines up a triple, and that's going to be off. Nice offensive rebound and almost a basket.
I like how the Redbirds are getting offensive rebounds, though. They have a few tall players on the court. And the Bulls, they only have about one or two, so they got to be able to use that height advantage. And it's a nice steal there.
And they're going to call a foul on Devon Horn, which is probably the right call. But you have to wonder how long Demetrius is going to stay on the bench.
And it hasn't been, I don't think, any subs for the Redbirds. Has he subbed at all?
No, there's been no subs. He's just kept going with this five.
He's hoping to get some more buckets down the stretch here. But yes, Demetrius Douglas has not been subbed in the game yet. And he's looking like, I'm ready to go in, coach. I'm ready to go in there and get some buckets for my team and get back on defense.
As Marquise inbounds it to Jalen Thorpe. Back to Marquise, wide open in the corner.
They cannot get their threes to fall today. Maybe they got to get some closer looks first. You know, that's how you got to do this. When your threes aren't falling, you got to get in there, get some layups going, mid-range shots, and then hopefully they start to fall.
They also can just start attacking the basket more, and that's going to create more wide open opportunities for just everybody. Like right there, Javante can't get a three-pointer to go.
Absolutely, and I think that was a good foul because that would have been a fast break play.
As a whole new five is subbing in for the Redbirds.
And we were wondering why no subs were being made. He just subbed the whole five out, hoping to get a different look here. Yeah, he's hoping for a different type of pace here from this different five. We have Demetrius out here, Isaiah, Dante, the male, and the youngin, Davion Rogers. See how they go against the Bulls here.
As some substitutes is also for the Bulls, they subbed out almost their entire starting five for their team too. And that's going to be a travel right there, and they do get the right call.
And that was a good penetration. He might have been able to get a kick there, but he got called for the turnover, traveling violation.
As Davion Rogers controlling the point.
And we have about 8.5 minutes left to go in this first half. The score is 5-3. The Bulls leading by 2.
As now Demetrius Douglas with the ball. Pass over to Isaiah in the corner, and he can't get a three. They just can't get anything to fall. As Demetrius Douglas gets an attack downhill, and he converts the basket.
That's what they've been waiting on, the way to attack that rim, draw fouls, and get to the free throw line to get some baskets.
And that's what Demetrius Douglas does best, coming off of the last AAU session with Team Rose for him. He had a strong campaign with them.
Definitely. Heard a lot about him even over Twitter, all the social medias.
Hopefully that translates into some Division I offers or Division II.
He couldn't get that last free throw to fall. Score is 5-5 now with the Bulls trying to get a basket here.
As he just got caught in no man's land and can't even convert the layup. Now the other way, Demetrius Douglas surveys the court and tries to find Davion Rogers, but
he turns it over. And now the Bulls making some subs. Amari comes in.
And they inbound it right to him. This has been a pretty slow game considering both of these teams like to play high-paced basketball.
Definitely.
And Mari just kind of lobbed that pass up.
And the crowd is so into this game right now. It's a good crowd here at the HoopsHIGH tournament at Collins Campus, 1313 South Sacramento Drive. I think that the Redbirds should continue to attack the basket. Every time they have attacked, they've done good. And that's the first three made, isn't it?
Yes, it is, by Davion Rogers. The smallest person on their team knocked down their first triple.
And I think if he gets hot, then the Bulls are going to be in for a long game. That might have been a foul there, but he got away with one.
As Dante with the rebound over to Davion Rogers, and he tried to pull it again, but got blocked.
He thought that might have been a foul from behind.
And they're going to make a sub as Dante is going to take a breather here. Daquan Tucker checking into the game.
It looked like he hurt his hand there, but he's going to sit out for a little while. And please stay tuned and keep up with everything HoopsHIGH by following us on all social media sites. Just search HoopsHIGh and get locked in. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do whatever you need to do to stay connected.
As Amari breaks down the defense, hands it over to the big fella who got fouled.
And Isaiah didn't think that one was a foul. He thought he stayed straight up. So big man's going to go to the line for two as the Bulls now are down by 3. The Redbirds starts to make a few shots down the stretch, so the score is 8-5.
And you have to wonder if the Bulls are going to start featuring their big man more in their offense, as he has the size advantage on most of the Redbirds team, if not all of them.
Absolutely. You notice the Redbirds are missing one of their key bigs, Zion Washington. He's not present today. So if I was the Bulls, I would continue to hit the big man, as he might be the biggest person on the court, if not the second biggest. But he definitely has the size and the strength to get a few baskets.
As there's a timeout, score is 7-8.
And I noticed that the Redbirds, the new 5, started to bring a little bit more intensity, but they got a few new faces with the 5.
Yeah, and then it also makes you wonder what's going to be the 5 down the stretch for the Redbirds. They could go in a multitude of different combinations for lineups.
Absolutely.
So it makes it interesting, as they probably don't even know who's going to be the last 5 to finish off the game.
Absolutely, and it's just so many different type of guards the Redbirds can go with. They have a good 5 in the game now, as Daquan Tucker couldn't get the layup to roll.
And the big fella just tried to bring it up the court. Now he does cleanly.
He tried to dunk that one.
Kind of lost the handle going up.
And he's definitely starting to get more involved in the game than he did at the start of it. And that's what you were just talking about. But he turns that one over.
To Daquan Tucker, the guard with the left-handed finish.
And I like Daquan Tucker's game. He's a real quick, scrappy guard, and that's what you need to be successful in games, especially when playing tough teams like this.
As he died on the floor, now Davion dies on the floor.
And all their guards are just playing hard right now. And that's what the Redbirds coach was looking forward to with that new 5 by subbing them in.
Yes, he probably was, as the guards are now bringing the intensity. Hopefully it trickles down to the rest of the team.
And HoopsHIGH is the flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is ran in partnership with After School Matters, the Chicago Public Schools, and CAN TV. This is a team effort all around, and we are grateful for our partners who make this part possible. So we just want to thank all our partners if you guys are listening. The score is currently 7-10. The Redbirds lead them at 3.
As a turnover there, unforced by the Bulls.
They were hoping to get a basket there, but they just couldn't hold on to it.
And now they're going to be trapping. As Devon Horn trying to get a quick steal, and he's called for a foul.
And the Redbirds just trying to break the Bulls' press here. I'm still impressed with the fact that they're just putting this much pressure on them. Almost another turnover there.
But they break it as Demetrius Douglas with the crossover and tried to dish it to Amari. Dish it over to Daquan, who got it rejected.
And if I was Daquan, I might have just faked the big fella there. I saw he was coming out there pretty strong. So as soon as you see him coming out there strong, you just might as well go right around him.
Yes, you should, as now Amari attacks the lane and he finishes the layup.
I thought he was going to dunk that one, but it was a nice land.
If he would have dunked it, everybody, I would have been crazy. Everybody would have went crazy.
Everybody, and the rim would have been crying. And the ref is just trying to make sure the call was going to the Bulls. The Redbirds coach not too happy about that last call.
As they give it right to the big fella guarded by Isaiah. Nice spin move and just no touch off the glass. Now Davion Rogers gets it.
And we have some people on the baseline hoping not to get hit with the ball. And I'm trying to see the call that was made there. I believe it was a foul on the Bulls, so it'll go to the Redbirds.
As they throw it right to the Quan Tucker. Tamari, nice extra pass to Isaiah. Can't quite get the three, but they're going to call a push in the back on the big fella on the rebound.
And I like the way DeMille is playing right now. He's playing real tough, trying to get every rebound that comes his way. And he's definitely trying to get back on the defensive side as well. We have subs coming in. Marquise Erskine, Jalen Thorpe, and Marcus Beckton comes in the game.
I just realized earlier you had said Davion Rogers knocked down the first three, but it was Jalen Thorpe who knocked down the first three.
It definitely was Jalen. He knocked it down right from the wing. And it hasn't been that many threes made here for the Redbirds. They only made 2 as they lead 12-7 right now.
Demetrius Douglas can't get the free throw to go.
And he's missed all his free throws so far today. Hopefully he can start making them fall as his team will need them down the stretch.
As now they're going to call a timeout for the Redbirds, trying to secure their team. And it's been a pretty unusual game for the Redbirds. Usually by the first half they have command over the game, complete control, but this game it still hangs in the balance. It's only a 5-point lead.
Absolutely. And I believe it's because they're not making all their shots. They took a lot of shots, they just haven't got any to fall. They've gotten to the free throw line. Some of them can't convert. Demetrius Douglas has missed at least 3, so he has to start making his free throws fall. And I believe once they start doing that, they'll be up by even more.
Do you think that Demetrius coming off the bench has impacted his game at all, if any?
I do think so. I feel like when you come off the bench, you could get a different perspective of the game, and you know what you have to do when you go in there.
As Marquise guarded by Devon Horn. Over to Jalen Thorpe, over to Demetrius. Looks like Demetrius they're just going to try and get one last shot here.
And I think that's a good idea, as long as no one turns the ball over here. It's about 20 seconds left to go in the first half.
Nice ball handling right there by Marquise. As Jalen Thorpe gets it, they're going to trap over to Marquise, to Demetrius.
And now we're at the 10-second mark, so they'll go for it, and it's an easy 2 by Demetrius Douglas.
Doing what he does best, attacking the basket. And the big fella launches it, and it's going to not go.
From this angle, I'm not going to lie, I thought that was going in. He could have actually took a few dribbles. About 4 seconds left on the clock when he took it.
He could have, but it looked online from here. It just didn't have enough on it. But
Absolutely.
we are at halftime, score 7-14. And it's been, who's impressed you from both teams in the first half?
I'm impressed with Demetrius Douglas as he didn't start, so the fact that he came off the bench from not starting, which he may not be used to, and scoring is impressive. And on the Bulls team, I'm impressed with Amari. He's penetrating and kicking it. But shortly here, we're going to kick it to our sideline reporter, Lanaya Bell, as she's going to go a little bit off what happened just there in the first half. we're going to toss it now to Lanaya Bell, our halftime reporter.
Hi, I'm Lanaya Bell, and I'm here with the Redbirds coach, Coach Stonewall. Why do you coach?
Just to make an impact and change kids' lives from the west side of Chicago.
What is your overall coaching philosophy?
Team basketball, play hard, play together, unity, brotherhood.
How do you plan on bettering your coaching skills throughout the year?
Just learning from my experiences and the guys that did it before me, clinics and things of that nature, inquiring and just learning from my mistakes, trial and error.
Thank you.
She was like, what's your coaching philosophy? And he was like, just play hard and do teamwork, and I try to learn from my mistakes. All that other stuff. I didn't even know Stonewall was that smart. I thought he was gonna stutter and shit. Check.
Do you know why Demetrius didn't start?
Why does Dean on never come off? Back at 1313 South Sacramento Drive with the Bulls versus the Redbirds. The Redbirds leading by 7. They're up 14-7 here.
As a starting five, nice give and go from Devon to Mari, as the starting five for the Redbirds is going to stay the same. Now Jalen Thorpe trying to break through the press and does. Markeith to Javante, pulls up, doesn't get it to go.
I thought that was a quick shot. He might have got a better look at something.
Had some extra activity after the play.
As the jump ball was called, and I believe it would go to the Bulls.
And the Redbirds going to stay on it with the press.
And the Redbirds have been pressing almost the entire game as long as the Bulls have been pressing. And I know both of these teams have to be tired.
That's probably why they start. Well, that's probably why the Redbirds just subbed in a whole new 5 when they did. And the Bulls also subbed in a lot of players, both showing the depth in order to maintain just playing a press all game.
And both of the coaches on both the Bulls and the Redbirds are totally engaged with the game right now, and that's what I like to see.
As Davion Rogers can't quite get the 3.
And the Bulls have just been pushing the ball and getting long passes and fast breaks since the start of the half.
And a missed 3.
I think the Redbirds are taking bad shots right now. They need to get in the lane, get some closer looks. Or if you're going to take a 3, it has to be wide open. They're contested right now.
Just work the ball around a few times and then start getting into more shots, and that's going to result in better ones.
And I believe a block was called on Marquise Erskines. I'm not too sure about that call. It looked like he lost it and tried to pull him down so he wouldn't be able to get that steal.
As Devon Horn gets the ball, cross court, and a mishandled pass leads to a break for the Redbirds, and he loses it as he goes up.
I'm not sure if that was tipped or he just lost it, but Marcus Beckton couldn't quite get that one to go up. And that might have been, that could have been a foul there.
The refs being very inconsistent, they didn't call that a foul, but then they might call a ticky-tack foul on the other end, who knows?
Exactly.
It's all up to their judgment as Davion Rogers now has a mismatch.
He does. He has a big fella on him here. So that means another player has a mismatch as well. He almost threw that one away as the Bulls tipped that one out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Redbirds.
Now the Redbirds making an entire switch.
They nearly have a whole new 5 in the game.
As Demetrius Douglas now gets attacks, and he amazing body control to adjust midair and get the contact layup.
And that could have been a foul there. And I just like how the Redbirds are all over the court right now.
That new 5 is showing some energy as a travel from Mari. Too many steps.
They are showing energy. And I think that's what the coach is going for, energy with this new 5, because it's almost similar to the same 5 that went in the first half.
Now Daquan handling the ball for the Redbirds.
He's going to penetrate and hit Demetrius Douglas. And that's an N1 basket for Demetrius Douglas. I remember you asked me how do I think that not starting for him impacted his game. And I'm going to say it might have impacted him in a positive way.
He's been very quick and decisive. As soon as he gets the ball, he's not playing around with it. He's going right to the basket, aside from one 3-pointer I believe he took. But he's been going right to the basket as soon as he gets the ball.
And I like the fact that he's not second-guessing himself. Because second-guessing yourself in basketball isn't always a good thing. It's never a good thing, actually.
But he can't get the free throw.
The score is currently 18-11. The Redbirds winning this one right now.
Devon Horn passed over to Mari, almost stolen by Demetrius Douglas. And I think this is the 5 that needs to just play the majority of the second half for the Redbirds. This has been the group that has shown the most energy, the most fight.
Absolutely. And I think the coach is impressed right now with the way they're playing. They came in and instantly scored some buckets for him.
As Devon Horn gets it, finds an open teammate, and he's going to the line for 2.
And the Bulls trying to attack the basket here as they got to the line, going up for 2 with about 10 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in this one, the second half.
That was an ugly-looking free throw, and it misses.
And I think one thing the Bulls should continue to do is attack the rim. Hopefully the refs start calling fouls. He misses both.
And then gets called for a blocking foul.
He's not too happy with himself on that last play.
missed 2 points and got a foul. Not the best sequence from him. Now Demetrius Douglas with the ball.
And I'm very impressed with how he's been playing so far.
As he calls for a screen, finds the Quan to Isaiah. And a bad pass. As they need to, I feel the Quan should have picked it up. It would have been called back court, but that wouldn't have happened as now the Bulls are going to the free throw line.
And if you guys want to see more Hoops High, just go to www.freespiritmedia.org and click the Hoops High tab to see games from the past and other media projects the Hoops High crew has done. So stay connected with us on freespiritmedia.org.
First free throw is good.
And that's another big fella that just entered the game for the Bulls. I haven't seen him so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much in this tournament either as he misses the second free throw. They're going to call a foul? Or no, the ref's going to call his time.
And the ref stopped the game there. And
I don't get why a ref starts to stop the game like that.
if you're not going to call a foul, I'm not sure why you're stopping the game. These refs have had some interesting calls here down the stretch of this game.
Coach Thorpe to my right was not happy with that call in the stands.
Not happy at all, and I am 100% on the same page as him.
As Demetrius Douglas is going to be shooting too.
As he went in for the floater and almost got it rolled in, but he can't quite get it. And that's one thing I want to implement in my game, continue to get those floaters. Sometimes I feel I go too deep in the lane. And those bigs be down there waiting to block the shot.
Floater is a skill that every guard needs.
Definitely.
Especially, once you get to college and the pros, it becomes more and more valuable.
Definitely. It's more intense, and it's taller people, definitely. And recently, the Redbirds just subbed in 2 players, Jalen Thorpe and Davion Rogers, into the game. Trying to get some different looks here.
And Davion Rogers and Jalen Thorpe, they both bring shooting, which is very important to this Redbirds team that has struggled so much this game, at least with shooting.
And now he's going to go to the line for 2 as a foul was called there. And the Redbirds lead by 8 right now, 20-12. The Bulls trying to fight their way back in this one as the Redbirds went on a little run there.
As Mike is at the free throw line. Knocks down the first one.
He got that one to roll in, and in came in the game was Marcus Becton.
Second one is also good. As now Demetrius
Douglas pushing the ball up the floor.
Now Jalen Thorpe in the corner for 3. Can't get it to go, but it's tipped up and in by Marquise Becton.
And that's a great tip in there by Marcus Becton. And he's pretty young, only going into his junior year. And the ball will go to the Redbirds. The coach of the Bulls not too happy about that last call.
As Davion Rogers getting his team into their set, 5 out.
And we have about 6 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock here.
As Isaiah drives to the basket, and he just tossed it up and in. And that should have been a foul.
And these refs are just really confusing all of the coaches and people in this gym right now. And that was an impressive basket there by Isaiah. I'm not sure how he got that one to fall for him, but I'm impressed.
I think the biggest thing coaches want to see with refereeing is this consistency, and there's been a lack of consistency in this game, at least with refereeing.
And I couldn't agree with you more. It's like they'll call fouls that are tic-tac, and you most likely wouldn't get in AAU, and definitely most likely not the Red West high school basketball, but wouldn't call the obvious fouls that everyone would notice in the crowd or even the coaches.
Yes, the Red Northwest is one of the best conferences in high school basketball in Chicago.
Definitely.
Got a bunch of tough teams in there. Whitney Young, North Lawndale, not Westinghouse.
I believe Marshall.
Marshall's in there, very good.
Just a lot of great teams.
As Devon Horn, and they're just gonna blitz the ball handler, and it almost works.
And you could tell they're definitely sped up the Bulls, but they got a basket there.
But I like that by the Redbirds switching up a little bit.
And I just love the way they ran to the ball. Kind of made the Bulls panic, even though they were able to get a basket there.
As now Mari comes the other way, splits the entire team and tried to leave it for the big fella. He does, and the basket's gonna count.
And I'm impressed with the big fella. He's had 2 straight baskets so far for the Bulls. One was an end one that he is at the free throw line right now.
As the
ball game.
score is getting closer and closer. 18-24, 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second half of play.
And I definitely think the Redbirds have to limit their turnovers.
And they do. They almost had another one, but Demetrius Douglas gets to the ball.
I'm interested to see how the Redbirds are going to do on this play right now.
Davion Rogers now be going to the line after his little floater from the free throw line.
He's a little guard, but he does not play like it. He plays hard. He's scrappy. He's very similar to Daquan Tucker, who's not in the game right now.
He gets a shooter's touch on the first one.
The foul count is 5-4 right now, and the Redbirds have 5, whereas the Bulls have 4. So we might have a bonus that might be in the game. That might have been a foul there as well.
As Mario almost loses it.
They're looking for 10 seconds.
And Mari goes to the rim. They called a foul. I didn't think that was a foul. I think that was all ball.
And Hoops High is the flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is ran in partnership with After School Matters, the Chicago Public Schools, and CAN TV. This is a team effort all around, and we are grateful and very much appreciative for all of our partners who make this possible. Thank you, partners.
As Mari knocked down the first free throw.
This game is getting intense. It's nail biting here.
And the second one is also good.
And the Bulls continuing to put pressure on the Redbirds. And it was a good cut by Jalen Thorpe, but they turned it over.
As a steal, right back now, Davion Rogers passes to Demetrius Douglas. Tried to go up and is fouled.
And he'll go to the line for 2. The Redbirds currently leading by 5, and the Ruffs are very intense with the game right now. They feel as if they're in it.
And this has been a unusually low-scoring game for the Redbirds. They tend to get up really high in the scoreboard.
And that's a good eye, Kyle. I noticed that as well. 26-20. I'm used to 50-point games by the Redbirds, and I'm actually used to high-scoring points by the Bulls as well.
They play a very similar style of basketball, just high-octane, fast-paced.
And it's another steal by the Redbirds, and turned it over. And the Bulls are just pushing the ball right now, and it's a great pass by Mari. The Bulls call a timeout there, and the Redbirds coach not too happy about that last turnover made by Javonte Brackens. Though it was most likely made by Demetrius, as he was the one that threw it away, but it was Javonte Bracken's bad pass that caused the throwaway.
Yeah, he just kind of went up and tried to save it.
Yeah, and I think they didn't need to force that pass. They just got a steal, and I guess they were looking for a fast break basket, but they could have slowed it down to get a better look at it.
And they had the lead. It's not like they're playing to catch up. They had the lead, a 5-point lead. Not the biggest lead, but it's a pretty stable lead, especially with only 2 minutes to go.
Exactly, I agree. They're up by 5, 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. They have 6 fouls and the Bulls have 5, so they need to kind of be cautious of their foul count. And this is just a good game all around.
As Jalen Thorpe breaks down the defense and a nice bounce pass to Javonte, and he is fouled.
But they're going to call that one on the ground. I might have went up on that just because I knew the little fellow was going to foul him on that. He was already out of control. And we have 2 minutes exactly on the clock now.
As Mari's going to not check in as he was supposed to.
And I think I know what's going on right now. I think I know exactly what the Redbirds are going to do. Cal, you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I do.
Somebody finna pop out to the corner and get a shot at the 3. And it's gonna be good. I told you. And look at Davion Rogers jumping up there to fix the net.
Good call, Jada, as Javonte knocked down the corner 3.
And that was actually a big shot. That puts them up by 8 now. Almost a steal there. About 1 minute and 43 seconds left on the clock. Oh, we have the end. We have a foul. I believe that one's going to be on the ground. And you can hear Coach Thorpe over here just calling out every call he sees.
He's very into it as well.
Very into it. Oh, and they're in the 1-1 now. The Bulls going to go to the free throw line.
They make some substitutions as number 1 Derek is checked into the game.
And this is actually a big free throw, believe it or not. And he can't convert it, but that was a big rebound by a big fellow. They got to box that out, Kyle.
Yeah, they do. Especially on a 1-on-1 free throw, they have to box out.
They have to. You got to get that ball. You got to try to run some time off of the clock as you're up, and you want to take as much time off the clock as possible to just come out of this game with a W today. And they're at the free throw line for 2 now.
Impressive touch for the big though. You know, usually big men aren't the best free throw shooters, but still an impressive touch there, switching the first free throw.
Now I wonder if he can make the second one. And the second one is up.
No good. Rebounded by Daquan. Now Daquan just going to bring it out to Davion Rogers with the pass over to
They need to
Daquan.
make smart choices right now.
And
In this one.
I think the Bulls need to start fouling after a while.
Absolutely. Almost a steal there.
And they're just going to pass it around. The Bulls got a foul at some point.
And I believe now they're going to end up fouling pretty soon here. That's what their coach is telling them, and they do. And now they're in the 1-and-1 bonus with about 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock of this ball game. And both teams are actually in a bonus.
As Jalen Thorpe will be going to the line for 2 free throws.
And the PSAs, dramas, and documentaries that you see between breaks on the Hoops High are produced by Free Spirit Media students at North Lawndale College Prep, the Gary Comer Youth Center, Powerhouse High, and we just hope that you guys enjoy the stories and messages that we young people are sharing.
And the Bulls come quick down the other way, can't quite get the 3, but Mari pass it over to Pierre.
And we have a timeout called. And Jalen Thorpe missed the 1-1 free throw. Score is currently 30-23. The Redbirds lead by 7 with 48 seconds left in this one.
Do you think there's enough time for the Bulls to stage a comeback?
Absolutely. It's a game of runs. All they need is, it's actually a 2 or 3 possession game. Now it's a 2 possession game. They make 2 quick threes and they continue to foul the right players that might not make their free throws, and you do have a ball game.
If you're the Bulls, who would you foul on the Redbirds to send to the free throw line?
I'm going to either foul I'm not gonna lie. I know Marquise Erskines, Demetrius Douglas, and Davion Rogers are all good free throw shooters. So I'm gonna go for either Jalen Thorpe or Daquan Tucker, even though they might make the free throws too. And that looks like that's who they were going for.
It's down to Daquan, just gonna ease it up into the front court and go for the 1-and-1.
But I know the Bulls do a good job of not turning the ball over when they're being pressured, especially off the dribble. Such as Marquise Erskines, he's a good ball handler. Daquan Tucker is a good ball handler. They have all good ball handlers on the floor right now for them, and I think that was a smart move by the coach.
That's now Daquan. Let's see if he can help ice this game. And he hits the first free throw.
That puts them up by 8 now, and they make a sub. I believe that was a defense-offense type of substitution there. And I think the Bulls are going to have to get the ball out quick. Daquan Tucker misses the second one.
And they get over to the corner. He attacks the basket over to Devon Horn, who pump faked. Nice little move right there to set up an open three, but the three-pointer is missed, and it's a foul. And
the Bulls kind of disappointed that they couldn't get that last three to fall. They might think this one's over with. And it was actually a good ball movement on that last play to get the open three.
And the Bulls stayed competitive in this game, but the Redbirds have been notorious for just blowing teams out in this tournament, and they've kept it close with them.
Exactly. I'm impressed with the Bulls. And Daquan Tucker is at the line right now, shooting the 1-and-1.
And he misses it.
That's why I said I would go for either him or someone else.
As Mar just kind of floats it up, and another three, no good.
And the Bulls cannot get the three to fall. It's about 12 seconds left on the clock right now. And the Bulls are down 8.
Their lack of shooting really hurting them right now.
Absolutely. I think if they would have scored a little bit earlier, then they would have had more confidence in themselves, but I think they know the game's over.
They just needed to convert their open opportunities, as they just gonna call the game.
And that will be your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The score 31-23. The Redbirds take the win. And I'm very impressed with both teams.
Yeah, it was a very competitive game between two of the better teams in this tournament, as this was the Redbirds and the Bulls' last regular season game. Playoffs are coming on Thursday.
And shortly, we will be kicking it to our sideline reporter, Cherish Patterson. She's going to be interviewing the player of the game. Who do you think that one might be, Kyle?
This is going to be a tough call, but I think it's going to be Demetrius. He came off the bench, but it looks like it's going to be Jalen Thorpe.
Wow, Jalen Thorpe, my brother. I see him. I always be happy for my brother's success. She's going to talk to him about how the game went for him and what a great game it was for his team shortly here.
As he's going to get interviewed, I thought it was going to be Demetrius. I believe he came up strong off the bench.
He did. He definitely did. He scored some crucial baskets, and they definitely needed it down the stretch. But we're going to kick it right now to Cherish Patterson, our sideline reporter.
Hello, my name is Cherish Patterson, and you're watching HoopsHIGH. I'm here with Jalen Thorpe to play other game. So how well do you think you and your team have been playing throughout this whole tournament?
We've been playing good. We've been playing a lot of defense, trying to keep the intensity up, and just looking forward to the playoffs.
You guys are currently 6-0. How does it feel to be in the number 1 position?
I feel like we got the advantage. Teams got to beat us. I feel like we just got the upper foot.
Thank you for your time. You can catch HoopsHIGH every Saturday night at 8 p.m. on CAN TV.